Well, it's April 26th, DogTag back here at Bear Tree Gap, picking up where I left off yesterday. Optimus and Dr. Quinn were going to be with me, but on the way up here, guess what? They made the same mistake I made yesterday, and they realized that they had left their hiking poles back at their hostel that they had stayed at. So Lone Wolf was going to run them back there, and then they're going to try and find a shuttle back up here late this morning. So because I'm a slower hiker, I decided to go ahead and jump back on the trail, and then they'll catch up with me later today. So DogTag's moving out with a heavy pack today, because this is probably going to be one of the longer carries that we have between resupplies. It's at least probably a 5-day carry for us. Our next resupply will be in Marion, Virginia, and so all's good. Nice cool this morning, and so it shouldn't be too bad walking. Hopefully I won't get no more rain, but we'll see. So for now, DogTag's on the it's a Blue Blaze to the AT, and I'll be on the AT shortly. So for now, DogTag out. So here on the AT, not something I see a lot of. Ponds, you know. This one's kind of a small, I don't know if it's a beaver pond or what, but you don't see very many. You see a lot of running water, but you don't necessarily see ponds. I'm sorry yawning on like that. So but like I said, today's going to be kind of a slow, easy day because I'm carrying a big heavier load than normal, and so we'll see. I'm just taking my time, but like I said, I don't know if you can see the pond there in the back, but it's definitely there, and DogTag's continuing to head north on the AT. So DogTag on the Appalachian Trail / Virginia Creeper. The section of the trail here that overlaps the Virginia Creeper. But I wanted to it's raining, so I don't want to do this too long. But you can see where the bridges have been all washed out here on the Virginia Creeper. So what a shame. I guess the funding's there. They just got to get the work done. I'm going to walk over there and do a quick video forward so that it makes it better to see. But for now, DogTag out. So as you can see, there's a sign, the Virginia Creeper Trail, and of course the White Blaze of the AT. So they do overlap, and it's raining. And I don't know, DogTag kind of likes the rain. I just hate getting all my shit wet, but it's nice, cool to walk in. So, but I'm gonna keep moving. DogTag out. So here at the end of the day, we got to Lone Mountain Shelter, and we all decided that we'd rather stay at a shelter that had a privy and water source rather than pushing on for additional miles. So tomorrow we're going to do a 12.5-mile day to the shelter just below Mount Rogers, which Mount Rogers is the highest mountain, I think, in Virginia. So we're currently at about 3,500 feet. We're gonna go to over 5,000 tomorrow. So I think it's a 2,000 foot climb tomorrow, over 12 miles. So my pack is heavy as crud, and ate a lot today trying to lighten the pack. I know that doesn't make sense, why you eat all that stuff and then then you got a lighter pack. But initially I was going to stay in the shelter because they were maybe calling for rain tonight, but I don't know. I tend to like my little space in my tent, my little tent here, and because when you stay in shelters, you know, you have room to lay your mat down and your quilt, and if you know, this shelter says it sleeps 8, and at the time I was getting ready to stay in there were 6 people, and there was more coming, and I just figured they're going to end up cramming 2 more people in here, and we're going to be like sardines in this little place. Or I can just go set my tent up and have my own little privacy. So I enjoy my own little space on the trail. So you know, so I found a nice little flat spot here behind where the shelter is. The shelter, let me spin around here. You can kind of see the shelter down there through the woods, and so, you know, the sun's, as you can see, still high in the sky, but it's 10 to 6. The sun will go down at 8, but I think DogTag's going to lay down, and you know, my shorts are still a little bit damp from the rain today, so I think I might change out and put some dry clothes on and get in my quilt and see if I can fall asleep, because I'd really like to get up early in the morning, try to get an early start. 12.5 miles, definitely been doable. Takes me about 8 to 9 hours, but because it's a pretty good climb tomorrow, might take me maybe 10 hours. So if I get out at 7, I might get into the shelter around dinner time. So, you know, today the rain kind of slowed me down, but it was a relatively short day. So need to get back to doing some at least 10-mile days. So let me go put my food in the bear box, and then I'm going to come back and lay down on my nice comfy air mat and see if I can get me some rest for tomorrow. So alrighty, well, DogTag's out, and we will see you all later, alligators. End of this day is here, and we'll start a new day tomorrow. Alright, y'all take care, be safe. Well, good morning from the AT. DogTag here. It's April 27th, and we're getting ready to leave Lone Mountain Shelter and headed to Mount Rogers. Big climb today, so it's probably one of our last big climbs, so for a while, and then you know, then we'll still be climbing, but not as big as 5,000 feet. So cameling up, drinking, and getting a quick breakfast, and then I'm on my way. So we'll see you down the trail. So the sign says Thomas Knob Shelter, 13 miles. That's our destination for the day. So long day, but back to doing my 12, 13-mile days, which is good. Gets me back on track for hitting Katahdin on 9/11. So we'll see. Not a bad shelter. Had a privy, had water, so it had everything we needed. Now I just need to put some miles behind me. DogTag out. Smile, you're on DogTag's camera.
Beautiful, cool day.
Yes. People seem to know us, so it's through your social media.
Oh, well.
People recognize the names.
Well, that's cool.
Well, Sage from New Hampshire, she knows.
She does.
In fact, we're from New Hampshire.
So DogTag here, and of course I don't walk fast enough. And Optimus and Dr. Quinn have passed me. But behind me, what a beautiful sight. I mean, it's obviously maybe a cow pasture because we had to go through a cow gate. And I'll flip the camera around and do a little videoing. So we're still going up. And I'm sure that mountain behind us is part of our day. We'll see. Dog tag out. Dog tag here. What a beautiful view this morning. I'm not even at the top yet, but it's a pretty nice day. They say it's pretty windy up on the top, but I still think I've got probably another 3/4 of a mile or mile to get there. And then that's not even the top. Then there's another top after that. So standing up here with another veteran, and I'm assuming he's not going to mind me recording him. So he, for those of you Marines in my group, he's a 10-year Marine vet, but then he got smart and joined the Army. So, because they wouldn't let him.
Yeah, but this is what they gave me in Franklin.
So there you go, and this is for Colin. Colin, look, I even support the Marines up here on the mountain, so this is pretty cool. So he's got a nice Marine Corps flag, and so I imagine he is going to fly it when he gets to Katahdin. That must be the plan. So there you go. So this is cool. So, but you know, and tell us your trail name again.
Candyman.
The Candyman. The Candyman can, cause whatever that song goes. I'm not sure, but maybe it's because he eats a lot of candy. I'm not sure why he's called.
Sweet disposition.
It's his sweet disposition. So cool, but. He does know a retired firefighter out of Henderson, so all you firefighters back in Vegas, we have connections here too. So dog tag out for now because I got to get moving back up this hill. You know, dog tag out here, and been going across these blowdowns, you know, for weeks now, and well, months technically. And each one is its own individual challenge. And this one here, I started going across. Next thing I know, I slid down the log and ended up into the root ball of another tree. And just interesting. It makes the trail, what do they call it, type 2 fun. You're hating it when you're doing it, but when you're done with it, you kind of laugh about it. So, oh well, you know, I won't call it a fall because I did not fall. But I did slide down the tree into that root ball. So DogTag needs to continue moving up. He's still got a lot of up today. So DogTag up here, I'm not quite to the top yet, but I think they call this Buzzard Rock area. And what a beautiful area. So DogTag's going to continue to move so I can get to the, hopefully the top, and then I'm going to take a lunch break. So DogTag's here on the AT, and we are just below what they call Lone Mountain, second highest peak in Virginia. But behind me you see three gentlemen, two of which are pretty special, maybe three, I don't know, I didn't ask the other young man, but two of them are Eagle Scouts. Sean, the youngest one, he just finished his Eagle board, so he'll be getting his Eagle soon. And they're from High Point, North Carolina, so not very far from home. But like I said, it's just amazing who I get to meet on this AT journey. So thank you, gentlemen. Y'all have a great one, and DogTag out. So DogTag here. The mountain behind me is part of Mount Rogers. So the trail will skirt around there and then we'll get close to the shelter. I think the shelter's about 4 miles from here. So, and then Mountain Rogers is 0.5 off of the AT to go to the top of Mount Rogers. We'll see if I decide to do it, but for right now, DogTag's just gonna head to the shelter. DogTag. Well, hey, DogTag here on the AT, and you know how I love to talk to people. I ran into two individuals here. The gentleman is part of the Mount Rogers Appalachian Trail Club. So they're ones out here helping to clean the trail up, and this is his daughter behind him, and he's probably trying to recruit her to join the club too. I'm sure they don't have a lot of young people in their club, but they were coming from Mount Rogers, I guess.
Yes.
And that's where I'm headed. So, you know, but I just thought I'd stop and say hello, and we talked, and he wanted a selfie of me, so I said I'll do a selfie if I can do a video. So DogTag out for the day. So DogTag here. I'm at the shelter, and not a lot of people here today. So I'm gonna hang out in the shelter tonight, so I don't have to set my tent up, and then came down here for the water. It's probably one of the better water flows that I've seen coming from a shelter spigot, you know. But as you can see, we got a pretty incredible view just on the back side of the shelter. So tomorrow's supposed to be, according to the notes, supposed to be a relatively easy day, but we'll see. We'll see. I never tend to believe anything, because I've been walking through rocks for the last 2.5 hours. And then of course I had to walk through rocks to get down here for the water. So I'm not gonna believe anything until I walk it tomorrow. But until then, we'll see y'all later, alligators. Y'all be safe, and DogTag out.